Somebody said check 1, 2. Still no sound? It's odd. Okay. Try this. And bam. Can you hear me now? Check 1. Somebody said sound now. Good? Good? Yep. Gotta be kidding me. Can't believe it was the cord. Apparently, it was the cord. So it appears that people can hear me now. All right. Just want to double check. Audio is on now. Cool. Nobody touch nothing. Nobody touch. All right. So anyway, like I was saying, welcome to the show. Thanks for, kind of working with me when it comes down to my technical difficulties. Stuff like that happens when you're a one-man show. I don't have a staff, no technical guys. I ain't got no nerds in here. I ain't got no nerds to be like, hey, Bartholomew, could you go ahead and work on that for me? And I'm on it, sir. No, I don't have any of those. I'm the nerd. So with that being said, since you can hear me now and it's Friday, we might as well get busy. Oh, yeah. I need a swig. I'm hot now after troubleshooting. Dang on it. Like a silverback. Real gold love. Real gold love. In here. Gorilla in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man. So before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, share my videos. Don't forget to check out Kevin's Corner Store if you so choose to. And while you're in there, make sure that you shop around, buy something, take some home. And now that y'all mention it, I did forget something. So don't go nowhere again. Look at me. I'm acting up. All ghetto. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for being patient with me. I had to go let Gizmo out. I locked him in the room. And just in case you guys want to see him later, I had to make sure that he was free. So now he's in here. He's just sitting right there on the floor looking at me like, you're just going to leave me in there. I ain't a part of the show now. I ain't a part of the skit. So you're good, buddy. You'll get your cut later. Now, with that being said, if you also want to donate to the channel, you can do that through simply my Cash App, my PayPal, and some people even send me gifts through the mail. And I appreciate everything that you guys do. Now, let's get into it, y'all. Because did y'all see that debate last night? Yeah, did you think that it was a cheap fake debate? Was it a cheap fake debate? Because I'm going to be uploading a video about that debate. It's a standalone as well, entitled The Cheap Fake Debate. See, that's what I want to know. Because they're having a difficult time kind of explaining some of the things that we witnessed. They're having a hard time trying to spin this. I don't even think they did a press conference today at the White House. They probably was all scared, all in the basement, looking out the window like, I ain't going out there. Y'all go, you going out there. I ain't going. So we're going to go ahead and cover some of the elements of the debate and get some feedback from some commentators and from you guys. Always welcome your comments. So really fun. Starting off with the introduction of Creepy Sleazy, Slimy Sloppy Joe. Let's see if I can get this right.
Please welcome the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Creepy. Look at that. Look at that walk. Look at the hands. Look at the hands. Y'all see the arthritic thumbs once again. Yeah, he always is rocking these thumbs. They don't move. I don't think they move anymore. So he comes in with the stiff robotic thumbs once again, looking very feeble, looking like that a cool breeze might blow him off his feet, looking like that. Now, we all know he's probably jacked up on Mountain Dew and some other stuff. So he goes ahead and he comes in and let's see what his performance looks like in a shot. Because I'm sure you all saw the debate and you probably done seen a million clips of these, things that I'm about to show you. So let's go ahead and go through it quickly. Some highlights. Now, one thing because Biden was walking rights. I'm sitting there like, what? Did he just? How about you bash his head in with this? How about you bash his head in? Somebody said that I am buffering. God dog it. Hold on. Let's see. Now I'm going to put the Wi-Fi on. I got the Wi-Fi on. Did I boot back up? Am I still buffering? Okay. All right. That Wi-Fi got to kick in. The Wi-Fi kicked in. Yeah. So as I was saying I'm going to go over just a couple things. And I'm sure you all saw a lot of the clips by now. And there's some criticisms that I'm going to drop. And I will say this, though. Trump has some opportunities to bash Biden's head open to the white meat. Biden was walking all the way into all kind of traps. I mean, I'm thinking, dude, what are you doing? You just stuck your head in the guillotine. And Trump, honestly, could have been a lot more aggressive. But I think he did something very unique. He restrained himself in so many areas because they were looking for him to come across as the bully, as the insensitive one, as the one that wants to get down in the muck and the mire and start slinging mud all over the place. They were looking for that. And when I say they, I'm talking about the folks on the left, the Democrats, the people who prepped Joe Biden for this debate. And you can tell based on how vicious some of the things that he said. See, there's some things that'll make you want to choke a person. Okay, it's not always what they say, but it's how they say it. It's the tone in their voice. It's the who do you think you are talking to me like you got the juice. And Biden, I guess, in a moment of desperation, several moments of desperation, he decided to try this tactic. And the real test was, is Trump going to take the bait? And this was the moment where I said, if there is a reason for Trump to lose his cool, it would be this moment right here. Listen to this dirtbag.
The crimes that you are still charged with. And think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties?
Now, you know what make me mad? See, I got to be mad for Trump. See, Trump, he had to keep his composure because he knew that a lot of eyes was on him to see, all right, is this going to be the old Trump that comes out and starts talking about people's appearance and all of this stuff? And here this guy comes in talking about something that we all know he is behind. His whole administration is behind these charges that this guy is up here boasting about. We all know why they were pushing this mess just for this very moment right here. All of these indictments, these charges, trying to rush the trial through, all of that was designed for this moment right here. You're a convicted felon. Now imagine sitting across from the man who set you up. And now here he is on TV lying and trying to make it seem like it was all your bad choices when you know in reality that you're the one behind it. You're the dirtbag. I am a complete innocent man. And here you are up here trying to make it seem like I got the moral compass issue. So that alone, I was like, okay, let's see how this goes, Trump. And he kept it together. But then Biden said, let me turn up the heat.
For molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things.
Now, see, that's when I would have lost it. And see, since Trump didn't lose it, I'm going to lose it on him. Do you hear this hypocrite? For molesting a woman in public, I would have straight been like, okay, what about Tara Reid? Wasn't that in public? Huh? You didn't know nothing. Didn't stare. What about what she said? I was down there. He pushed himself up on me, said, I thought you liked me. Oh, come on. You mean nothing to me. Nothing. And when I start crying, come on, you know what? It's okay. Come on, that guy, that slime ball. I would have immediately been like, wait a minute, hold on, whoa. You are the sniffer in chief, the caresser in charge. And here you are talking about molested a woman in public. Show me the video footage of Trump doing that to women like this dude. One of my largest videos ever was a montage of this guy caressing kids, sniffing kids, caressing folks' face while they're pulling away. That dirtbag. I would have said, oh, really? You know what? Since we're talking about molesting folks and talking about moral compasses, what's up with that diary that your daughter dropped out there? Did anybody debunk that? So it is her diary. What did she mean when she said my father took showers with me and it probably was inappropriate and I got sexual issues? What does she mean by that, creepy? As you up here trying to accuse me of molesting a woman in public.
Of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant.
Yeah, well, while your wife, I guess, look, what? Wasn't Jill married when him and her hooked up? I mean, he had so many ways Trump could have just ripped him, but he restrained himself. And he said, you know what? I'm going to make one quick comment and move on. Kudos to Trump. We all know how dirty Joe is. But folks in the middle, they don't know how dirty Joe is. They're still trying to evaluate Trump more so. And see, should I go ahead and take a chance on this dude? Because last time he was impulsive. He was, upset. It seemed like he was the one that was always. So I think with that being in mind, Trump relies on our social and our political IQ to know that this guy's a dirtbag and he's really projecting all of that stuff onto Trump. And what I think some people who are on the bubble were able to see is Trump didn't take this bait, because this right here would have got all up under my skin, especially if you know you didn't do this stuff and the dirtbag across from you did. Now, you want to make a person get mad? See, it's one thing when you get busted doing something and you know you're guilty. And you fake the anger. Man, I can't even believe you asked, man. I can't believe you would say something like that. Man, I ain't even. And the whole time you're going, I know I did it. Like this guy. He always does that. He's a professional liar and denier. But when you know you didn't do something and somebody out there is accusing you and they're doing it in public in front of everybody and they're using the most vicious language like this.
I mean, what are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
What did that even mean? I mean, do alley cats got bad morals? I thought they just act like alley cats. We got a whole bunch of them living in my neighborhood. They're pretty cool cats, if you ask me. I just fed one of them the other day that was chilling in my bushes. Okay? Can't touch him, though. I'm allergic to him. I was like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Yeah, but I did give him some chicken. And that cat was very polite. So what are you talking about, son? You got the morals of an alley cat. So anyway, he tried that, and Trump passed the test.
Give a minute, sir.
I didn't have sex with a porn star.
That's the only response. I did have sex with a porn star. Now let's get back on topic when it comes down to you and your policies, Joe. And this is what I can appreciate about Trump. So while Trump was keeping his cool, Biden plays the fool. Y'all ready for this tomfoolery? since he want to get all on Trump and say his personal life is raggedy, let's get into this.
To get away with, you get rid of the ability of Medicare for the ability.
Now y'all see him going Ricky Bobby? Y'all see him going Talladega Nights? Put your hands down. And so what we say him going with Medicare, put your hands down. Keep them down. What is this? What is this? So now he's going all Ricky Bobby and he's talking about some winding it up, you know. So what is he talking about besides
for us to be able to negotiate drug prices with the big pharma companies? What? Well, guess what? We got it down to $35 for insulin instead of $400. Example, we have 1,000 trillion.
Not good. Not a good look. A lot of work, and 15, no wait, 35, 27, 1 billion trillion. But it gets worse.
Billionaires in America. And what's happening? They're in a situation where they, in fact, pay 8.2% in taxes. If they just paid 24%, 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 million.
Now, we know numbers is not his big suit. I know they had to try to prep him for a whole week to get some stats, some numbers to throw out. And yet, at the same time, he's still hacking them up. So he's hacking up the numbers. You can see he's jumping all over the place, catching himself, probably unsure of what is the right number they told me to say. And then all of a sudden, using all of that mental energy up front in this statement, it puts out on the back end. Let's see what happens when he blows a gasket.
$1 billion, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system.
Now look at Trump. Trump is like, I'm going to wait this out. Now, I will say this. I have to give kudos a little bit. Not real kudos. But I think they did it just because they were expected not to do it. And that is the CNN commentators. They did a decent job. And I also am relatively surprised about how well the setup went without the mic being on and all of that stuff. It seemed to work pretty decently right there, even though I would have loved to hear crowd reaction and things like that. However, it allowed Joe to go ahead and talk himself right into ending his own career. So Trump's just sitting there like, continue. And this is what I hoped he would do. And I don't know if he'd had the discipline to do this if the mics were there and the crowd was there. Oftentimes you get in trouble when the people is cheering you on. Got to give the people what they want. Yo, dude, why don't you drink this whole keg? Nah, I'm not drinking that whole keg, man. That's too much alcohol. Oh, come on, don't be a wimp. Go ahead, go. And you get a whole bunch of people behind you, and next thing you know, you laid out somewhere, tongue dangling out your mouth. So Trump, he had a lot of discipline, self-control, while this guy over here thinks he's dropping knowledge until it goes.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with with the COVID. Excuse me, with.
You see, closing the shades. I mean. Now he's searching through his database. Them eye blinks right there, searching for words, searching for concepts. He's sitting there like, I got a blink. I'm trying to go through the channels right now. Click it. No, that's not it. Click it. Go. Darn it. Click it. Oh, that's corn pop. Click it. No, ice cream. That's good. Click it. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? True International. No, that wasn't even a word. Click it. He's going through his database, and he can't find nothing.
Dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
What?
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
Beautiful comeback. He walked right into that. Now, do you understand that made absolutely no sense? All right. That was the moment when every single operative on the Democrat side said, I was like, we're done. Pack it up. Pack it up. Pack it in. Let me begin. I know Kareem Jean-Pierre Blackgate drop was like, I'm done. I can never go back out again. I just got out there last week talking about some deep fakes and cheap fakes and people taking Joe out of context and showing bad sides of Joe and manipulating videos and stuff like that. Now, how am I going to come out and explain that malfunction right there? And we We beat Medicaid. What does that even mean? And you can see the look on his face. You see him looking down right there? That's a look of, I just blew it, Joey. So let's continue. Trump took advantage of this.
Because all of these people are coming.
Oh, thank you. Somebody caught that. You see how fake Crapper and all of them would save him? Thank you, Mr. President. They would save him right when they see him starting to go. Thank you, Mr. President. They step in and basically let him know, don't say another word. We can see you smoking right now and bolts popping all out of your neck and your head. So just stop. Don't talk. We'll just go ahead and say, thank you, and pretend that that's your time.
Coming in, they're putting them on Medicare, they're putting them on Social Security. They're going to destroy Social Security.
Yeah,
this man is going to single-handedly destroy Social Security.
And you know where all of that money could be going, since you're talking about destroying Social Security, Joe? Maybe if we didn't send all those billions of dollars over to Ukraine, we can go ahead and put that into Social Security. That's what I was thinking. Maybe if we didn't allow all these illegal immigrants to come over here, spend money to get them here, then spend more money to keep them here. Maybe we could go ahead and put all that money into Social Security. Yeah, maybe if you guys weren't shutting down our economy over the COVID virus and paying folks to stay at the crib, maybe we had a little extra money left over. Who knows? Who knows what would have happened? And Trump focused on this throughout the night by letting everybody know all this fool had to do is keep things the same. Trump handed him the baton in full stride, and what did Joe do? Slung it out of his hand. Don't need it. And finished the last leg with no baton. Trump had the lead, coming around the bend, digging, handed it off to Joe, and he fumbled it. Just let the baton drop.
Millions and millions of people coming in, they're trying to put them on Social Security.
The total initiative.
Oh, there it is. That was the Porky Pig moment.
Relative to what we can do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
Hands down.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I love that moment right there. That right there is the best soundbite of the night, in my opinion.
Into that sentence, I don't think he knows what he said.
Nobody. And you can look in his face and tell he don't know what he's talking about. He knows he's screwed up. I bet you in Joe's mind right there, he's going, no chocolate chip for me tonight. Jill's probably going to beat me when I come home. Did I do good, Jill? No, Joe. No, you didn't. You know what's coming. So here we have Joe talking about something. And Trump just says, I have no idea. Now, Trump could have just ripped him. Trump could have got on, the fact that he's Sleepy Joe and that, all the stuff on stage and he can barely put together a sentence. He just did it subtly, but funny as heck. Because, every sensible person watching that clip right there was like, me either. I have no idea what he just said either. And all they can do as commentators is sit back and watch, which is good. Normally, Mr. President, we got to interrupt you. That right there is not See, they happen to just sit back and say, everybody's expecting us to be hacks. So we're going to do small little things like help Joe out when it comes down to, letting him know, all right, that's it, Mr. President. Thank you very much. And another thing that made me very suspicious, too, is I wonder if Joe, now this is just a conspiracy from Kev, I guess, but I wonder if somebody gave Joe some answers up front. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if somebody tipped Joe off on some of these answers, because he seemed to just have somewhat of these answers off the top of his head. Like and I'm going, maybe, they just prepped him for like 15 million possible questions. But I got a gut feeling he might have been tipped off on some of this stuff. And then the second thing is, what was up with the ear? Why was he doing this? What was all of that? I should go over to that ear and be like, I am not your dang brother. Like Major Payne, screaming that ear. Okay, because I was wondering, what is he doing? Is it sliding out? What's moving around in there? See, so I got some questions, but hey, I don't care because he still stunk it up. All of whatever efforts they put into trying to make this guy functionable failed miserably.
The total initiative relative to what we can do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think
And he don't even look at his face.
We had the safest border in the history of our country.
Priceless. Face tells it all. So much of what went on last night was body language and facial expressions from Joe. I mean, why does he have that old man look like, where you're barely hanging on? That's how he constantly looks. What? Somebody help me. Like a scared old man, constantly, man. So just from appearance alone, I mean, every species knows appearance is everything. Perception is reality. When I used to breed English Mastiffs when I lived in Cincinnati, I had a Mastiff named Bolo, from Bruce Lee's, I think it was Enter the Dragon or Return of the Dragon, one of the two, I forget. But Bolo was a big Chinese dude, swole up, everybody used to be like, Bolo. Well, I named him Bolo. Bolo somehow, I think, hurt his knee or his foot or his leg or something. But I would take the dogs up to the dog park, and Bolo got out the truck, limping, got to that dog fence, and when he saw the rest of those dogs in there, male and female, Bolo bucked up, stuck his chest out, came through that fence like nothing was wrong with him. Trotting around the whole time like, that's right, who wants some? Like Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. That's right, we bad. That's right, we bad. Yeah. And I looked at Bolo and said, you're a little too bad, ain't you? Because your leg is blew out. But did Bolo let the people know that? Nope. If he'd have let those dogs know that, they'd have been like, oh, we got a weakling. We got us a weakling in here. He didn't show pain and he didn't show weakness until we got back to the truck. He got in that truck like, oh, God, whew, I didn't know how much longer I can make it. Because even animals, they recognize if you show weakness, your enemies will take advantage of you. That is weakness. Every dog in the park would attack this guy right here. They would attack him. So there he is with that look of confusion, like he's stunned. What?
I was at 8 handicap.
Yeah.
I was in handicap.
But I had, how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay, let's
Look at Trump.
act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
21
turn
Let's not act
They're
like
trying to
children.
save him.
to a specific.
I am a person that believes. And frankly,
You see him try to drag Trump into the gutter, and Trump said, let me take this moment to take the moral high ground. Let's not act like children. You're a child. That looks like a child. That looks like a kid that's been left at school because their mom or dad forgot to pick them up. There it is. Can't believe they forgot about me. Yeah, like my mama did when I was in the 4th grade. I was so mad. She didn't pick me up till like 7:30 at night. I was so furious. Man, I got that car like, Alex Jones at a Catholic school. And people kept asking me for a ride. Hey, you want to ride, Kev? You want to ride home? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Man, I didn't hear the death wagon pull up till almost 7 o'clock, man. I was so furious. I was like, where did you think I was? Where did you think I was? Unbelievable. Anyway, let's continue making fun of creepy.
frankly, I think it's important to believe in the exceptions. Some people, you have to follow your heart. Some people don't believe in that.
Now, this is his bread and butter. This is creepy's opportunity to stick the dagger in Trump. Because, the Democrats, their big number one topic is abortion. And they just love abortions. They love them. They love him. So you would think this man is prepped for this. He's been waiting for this moment all his life. I've been waiting for this.
But I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think it's very important. Some people don't. Follow your heart. But you have to get elected also. And because that has to do with other things.
It's been a terrible thing.
Very measured and rational response, Trump. Well done. Bravo. Okay. Yeah, he allowed folks to understand, first of all, a lot of it has to deal with your conscience, which you feel is right, but more so, it comes down to the will of the people, which these crooks don't like that. They do not like the will of the people. That's why Roe v. versus Wade was so important to them. Yeah, they don't want the folks voting. That's why they didn't have a primary, which is killing them right now. Because maybe if they'd had a primary, instead of saying, you know what, let's just stick with Joe because he's able to be controlled. Yes, we done broke this puppet in. You don't want to go ahead and get a whole new Muppet. Your arm fits nicely up his butt. Yeah, you done loosened up his mouth and everything. So they done broke this Muppet in, and they used up their opportunity to have a primary. And now they stuck with this guy. And I'm wondering, what are they going to do? So now let's see him lay it down when it comes down to abortion and Roe versus Wade.
What you've done. The idea that states are able to do this is a little like saying we're going to turn civil rights back to the states. Let each state have a different rule. Look, there's so many young women who have been, including a young woman who just was murdered.
What?
And
Now, did y'all see that jump? That train jumped the tracks and got all the way on another track going back the other way. Another way. I'm going, what just happened? We were traveling south, now we're going north. What just happened? So he goes from Roe versus Wade and the ideal of it, and then say, look, there's a woman who was murdered. How in the world? Now, understand, he is walking right into a straight right hook. Walking straight into it. Why would you bring up Lake and Riley? Why would you even go into murder? That now you're just going straight into the whole subject of illegal immigration that you are responsible for. He should have stayed so far away from this, but that brain, go for it, Joey. You want me to do it? Absolutely. I'm going for it. I've seen people do stuff like that, where they sit back and say, I think I could do it. I wouldn't do that if I was you, man. Oh, I think I could do it. Next year, in the hospital, 2 casts on the arms. So now he's going down the Lake and Riley road. However, he's not even mentioning her name. So he just talks about there was a woman.
he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in.
How do we go from Roe versus Wade, abortion, then murdered by an immigrant? You see what I'm talking about? Now you see why the Democrats and the left is going, what have we done? What have we done? But you know what? They get what they deserve. They brought all of this on themselves. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. I'm going to show you why. You think I'm going to let them off the hook? Oh, no. That ain't my style. That ain't my style. So let's finish exposing this guy as he's now talking about immigrants murdering American citizens for some reason.
And they talk about that. But here's the deal. There's a lot of young women are being raped by their in-laws, by their spouses.
By their in-laws, by their spouses. So y'all, there are a lot of people raped by their spouses. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder how that would look by their spouses. So here we go.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
It's just ridiculous.
Oh my
It's just ridiculous.
God.
Thank you, Megyn Kelly. Yeah, she had a genuine
It's just
response.
ridiculous.
Oh my God.
That is it's two sides of the table here. You got the left going, oh my God, we're doomed. And we going, oh my God, this is horrible. But we knew it. We knew this. See, isn't it good to be smart? Isn't it great to know that you got common sense? Doesn't it feel good to know that your perception of reality is accurate? It feels great. After all of the stuff they say, you guys shouldn't be saying that. You're conspiracy theorists and you all are doing all of this and this and that. And all of the stuff we say, y'all don't see this. Y'all can't recognize it. Y'all don't think this is a bad situation. And then it all surfaces and manifests itself. And we're the ones that's able to sit back and go, I saw that one a long time ago. You're late to the party. Yeah, you didn't see this one coming? Huh? Yeah. I was able to dodge this a mile away. We saw this moment a mile away, like this dude just blew out. But they kept telling us, he's good. Sharpest attack. Now Trump gets busy. Look at these clips right here. I'm going to show y'all a quick montage of Trump jumping Biden. Multiple blows.
Most respected, wanted it brought back. So he's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb. We're able to get through COVID much better than just about any other country. So he was right in the way he finished that sentence. He's the one that killed people with the bad water, including he's given $200 billion. That's a lot of money. I don't think there's ever been anything like it. Hundreds of billions of dollars. The Secretary General nations at that time. And they said, no, if you don't pay, but Putin's probably asking for billions and billions of dollars.
That's right. Yeah, let him have it. Let him have it, man. And, with all of these things that we all know to be true, afterwards, it was fascinating to hear the media say, well, Biden did a horrible job, but Trump lied like, oh, God, we can't even count the amount of times that Trump lied. However, Biden's performance was so piss poor we can't even celebrate all of our alleged lies that Trump told. But I noticed they weren't doing something else. They weren't talking about all of the lies that came out of Biden. And I wonder why. I wonder why they weren't saying anything about when Biden came out talking about something. And the Border Patrol Union endorsed me. And the Border Patrol Union had to respond quickly on Twitter like, that's not true. That's not true. We would have never endorsed this dude. Wonder why nobody's fact checking him. Well, it ain't even worth fact checking him because they know his mind is blew out. They're like, that's the last thing on our mind. We already know this guy's been lying because we've been lying for him. See, that's the problem. The media knows he's been lying because they've been covering up his lies. So now let's go ahead and get into the fake news cope and reaction to what they saw. They've been traumatized, y'all. They've been traumatized. They went through something very, very dramatic. So let's see how they coping.
Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth.
Remember,
and F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever.
Y'all hear that from Beaker? The best we ever had. Beaker don't want to brag. So now here he's talking about, I guess, creepy. Could he? I mean, because that doesn't describe creepy. So let's see how he feels after the morning after. He woke up and looked over at creepy like, oh God, I slept with you last night. Oh.
Not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it.
Really?
But can he run for president in 2024?
What the?
Donald Trump lied over and over and over and over again. And Joe Biden couldn't respond to any of those lies.
Yeah. He can't respond to somebody throwing cold water on him right now. He's have to lay there and take it. It's pretty cold. Yeah, I'm surprised that this guy right here is up here talking about some over and over. Now, understand how quickly this change has occurred. He was saying these things a few weeks ago. I don't care. You know what? I don't give a darn if I'm going to tell you the truth. He was saying this a couple weeks ago. So now from that moment till now, look at the drastic change. This man got a revelation within like 3 weeks. Let's see.
Well, and I know so many people watching do and agree with you. And again, I've already said what I think of the man personally and think of his job. I will say, Willie, that for me, I've been in politics long enough and I've been around politics long enough to know that often time doesn't heal all wounds.
Come on, Beaker. Work your way through this excuse of why now you have to throw Biden under the bus. See, I'm thinking Beaker could have saved this embarrassing moment. If he would be looking right over here, I should be like, hey, Beaker, do me a favor. Look to your right. Look right through to your right at this clip. See, because if you would have went ahead, saw that clip and reported on it, you wouldn't have to look stupid now. See, so apparently either you never seen any of the stuff that I'm going to be showing in the background while the fake news is trying to act surprised. They're shocked. They didn't see this one coming. And I'm thinking to myself, the reason we're not embarrassed is because we saw stuff like this. So as Beaker is now finding a revelation, let's go ahead and see all the things he missed that could have saved him the trouble.
And if this debate does not lead to serious discussions between Democrats and the president, then what you...
Well, you didn't need to debate for that. You needed to see this man getting out that copper without being able to put his jacket on. That's all you needed. See, I didn't need a PhD for that. I didn't need, to be making millions of dollars on TV. When I saw that moment right there, I said, that man's compromised mentally. Mentity. I said, that guy can't get his jacket on. And his glasses is all the way down here over the big black mask. Jill comes in for the assist and still has resistance, only to end it like this.
You end up having is sort of this frozen political situation where Democrat...
Didn't feel the glasses slipping off your nose, Joe? Just go ahead, finally get the jacket on. The glasses barely hanging on. People usually feel stuff starting to slip, like, oh shoot, my glasses are about to fall off. Not Joe. Not Joe. Those bad boys were hanging on at the very tip of the nose. And he's walking off like, don't worry, they'll stick. And slid right off his face. But yeah, Joe right there is just, he's over here trying, not Joe, this Joe, but the Muppet, the Beaker Joe. He's over here trying to pretend like this revelation, and there comes a time when, well, it should have been a time where the fake news was accurately supporting the condition that Joe Biden was in. Instead of talking about, I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I don't give a darn how it makes you feel. See, now you look dumb. Where's Major Payne? One, don't you feel dumb?
Democrats then start convincing themselves 2, 3, 5, 10 days out that the guy in power, the guy that the people closest to power will suddenly, they'll start spinning and they'll believe.
Oh, down goes Joe. But they overlooked that. The media weren't able to make these connections. How many times will one person fall? I mean, you should have one fall like every 5 or 6 years. And even with that, I'm mad if I fall. I'm saying, I can't believe I tripped and fell. It burns me up. I'm going, there's no way I'm not like running. I'm not doing that. I just, didn't see the curb fall. There should be one of those every 5 to 10 years. If you're not a kid, constantly running and playing and slipping and all of that stuff. As an adult, you shouldn't fall like 6 or 7 times within 2 years, 2 or 3 years. Those are an extreme amount of tumbles. But these folks pretended that these were normal. There you go. Everybody trips and falls up the steps 3 times in one setting. 3 times. You're doing good to fall 1 time going up the steps. This man broke a record. I'm sure there's nobody who have ever failed 3 times in a row trying to go up the steps, unless you were severely disabled. Okay, but they're portraying this guy as normal. But Beaker and the rest of the news, they never got that revelation. They did not see all of these clips that I got to show them now as they're complaining, and they're just bewildered on how horrible Joe did. Here you go, Beaker. I'm here to help you.
Their spin. And so I don't think that it's panic. I'm the first one. We talk about Democratic bedwetting. I say that is not this. This is
here's another clip.
This is like a war.
It's a war.
We see a political battle for democracy, and this is
now. You see, he's trying to fix his lips to finally say, for the greater good of the country. Even though we love and respect Joe Biden, I think it's time to swap him out. Because we see the writing on the wall. That's what he's saying. But understand, this is the same guy that a few weeks ago was saying this is the best Biden that I've ever seen. A few weeks ago. Now you're telling me, leading all the way up here to this very moment, this man didn't get this revelation? How is he qualified to be on TV? That's my question. All of us got this revelation when Joe announced, and then one of the first things they showed was him at that swimming pool. Talking about, and I like kids rubbing on my legs. I got hairy legs, and the hair stands up on them in the summer, and they got blonde hair, and the kids, and I like the kids jumping on my lap, and they taught me about roaches. Right then, I was like, that guy, he's losing his mind. That's not a normal, speech you should be giving to an all-black group of kids, and you're talking about roaches and them jumping on your lap and rubbing on your legs. That man has lost his ability to assess the social environment here. Yeah. So these people are late to the game. You telling me these so-called intelligent folks who should be observing things, putting together context clues, digging out the truth and all of that, they overlooked all of this until now. So you're married, your husband goes from 280 pounds, all of a sudden he just starts dropping weight. You don't notice. Next thing you know, a year later, he's like at 113 pounds and looks like he's about to die. And you're going, honey, it seems like something's different about you. It seems like something's wrong. You know what? Maybe we should take you to the hospital. Sir, you're riddled with cancer. You should have came in about 2 years ago. As the wife watched him whittle away for 2 years straight, and was just walking around like she never recognized it. Now all of a sudden she's like, cancer? Where did this come from? I'm shocked I didn't see it coming. Everybody, Jill should have seen this coming. Absolutely, Jill. She sleeps with this guy. She knows what he's probably talking about in the bedroom. Nothing. That's the whole point. Joe, just go to sleep. Chocolate chip. So now look over to Beaker's right. Beaker, he needs to see the clip.
This is like losing a major battle. Is it panic after a war where a major battle is lost to say this general? You don't know if this general is up to leading the troops.
Wait a minute, just a week, 2 weeks ago, you were talking about that same general who can't follow a simple instruction. You turn here. Here, Joe. Can't follow that. And yet he's talking about the general can't lead us into battle. And you're just getting this revelation? I knew that the captain was messed up a long time ago. But now he's talking about we can't lead us into battle. So, like I said, is this an indictment on your awareness, your intelligence, your observational skills, or your character? Because we know that you're smart enough to know that this man has been blew out for years. You covered it up. You lied about it. You lied to your audience. And now that it can't be hidden anymore, now you got to come out and make up analogies and stuff about the captain and the general leading us.
Rest of the way.
4 years ago, and
Hooper.
He was a very different person on the stage 4 years ago when you debated him. That's certainly true, is it not?
No, actually, he wasn't that much better. I saw all of the gaffes then. I saw the mishaps. We got montages going back past those debates. Montage. Remember, this was during the time of during the national depression, isolate and punish China. And Barack and I feel your right to have Vatican care and all of that. This was during that era. And yet, at the same time, Pooper, who's sitting back like he was a very different man on the debate stage back then, they knew this guy started declining back then. But they felt, you know what? We can get away with this one. He's crooked enough to let us rig the election and not say nothing. He's also crooked enough to let us destroy the country as long as we make him president. Yeah, he's okay. Just stick me in office, cover up my crimes, keep Hunter out of prison, and you can have your way with me. Because at the end of the day, Joe's a prostitute. So let's continue and hear how Kamala Chameleon Harris right here tries to spin this.
Anderson, the point has to be performance in terms of what a president does. A president who incites an insurrection against the Capitol. No, but I got the point that you're making about a 1.5 hour debate tonight.
Oh, no. You didn't get the point. See, maybe the point needs to get stuck right in your eyeball. Now you get the point. So the point is your own voters are going, this man's garbage. And you talk about, the point is, this can't be summed up in an hour and a half. Now, anybody who just got this revelation during that hour and a half is completely dumb or totally void of watching anything about politics. You went out there and voted for Biden and went on about your life and never looked back, never followed up, never said, well, how's he doing? Or what is he talking about now? Anybody who got surprised on that night, if it came down to an hour and a half, and you go, I had no idea this guy was this bad. This is ridiculous. Jeez, where have I been the last 3.5 years? If you are that late to the party, just stay asleep. You shouldn't be at the party. Yeah, just stay home. So now this woman's trying to pretend like, you know what, don't look at just the hour and a half. And I'm saying, no, wait a minute now, sister. Here, listen here, toots. We've been checking this dude out, not for the last hour and a half, but for the last 4.5 years. So what are you talking about?
I'm talking about
saving my job.
3.5 years of performance in work that has been historic.
Yeah, it's historically horrible. Don't bring up that mess to anybody who got some observational skills and common sense. You're not winning me over. You're only encouraging me, baby. Only encouraging me to continue my support for Trump. As you sit back, the last 3.5 are historic. And I'm going, is that why his poll numbers are this low? Is that why everybody sees America going down the wrong path right now? I mean, they're just all missing all of the blessings. That you guys have poured out on Americans. That's why they're all saying Trump was better for the economy. But yeah, here she's historic. See, she's trying to go and put her acting in. Historic. You see how much passion and energy I put into that? So don't mess with me, pooper.
But is that the man who we saw on the stage tonight, is that the person you see in meetings every day?
The person that you saw on the debate stage that has, for the last 3.5 years, up until today.
Up until today. She didn't even catch that. Just owned herself. Up until today. So wait, let me get this straight. He was operating tip-top shape, perfectly fine, up until today. You didn't realize your car was knocking 3 years ago. You didn't go ahead and check the smoke coming out the back. You didn't, none? Okay. You didn't feel that, huh? You never stopped to wonder why when you cut it off, it didn't cut off immediately? And it was like, you never wondered why when you try to start it up, it sounds like a hyena laughing at you? Yeah, never questioned it, right? And then all of a sudden, it breaks down, and you're going, the car was running fine up until the day. That's what she's trying to get us to believe. We've been seeing smoke come out of Joe. We've been seeing him wobble, knocking, no muffler, no distributor cap, got thing on plastic over the windows because they're all broke out. Duct tape over the windows, crack in the windshield, all kind of stuff. And now all of a sudden the car just it was running perfect until the day. These people, man. Oh boy. Oh wait, more reaction from the media? Oh, you know it's bad when they are letting loose on Biden. So let's see, here we go.
Time the split screen is killing Biden because he's got his mouth open. He looks confused, doesn't know where he is. He's lost his train of thought at least twice in like disastrous shape. Those are going to be played 1 billion times in viral.
In Kevin's corner. 1 gazillion trillion billion times in my corner. And I bet you're wondering, Kevin, how can you be so cruel? How can you be so insensitive when it's obvious that this man is suffering from a disease that he can't help? You're right. He can't help it, but his family can. And once again, he has just enough sense to realize his corruption. When you still have the ability to lie about things that you have done wrong, consciously lie, you got enough left in there. You still are there enough to lie. When I watched my father go through what he went through, it was that moment where you could have asked him anything, and his response, he wasn't able to make the connection. When I see you're able to lie about being questioned about something we obviously know is true or untrue, I'm going, you still got enough left in the tank, and you're using that for evil. You're using that for evil. Not to mention, all of your folks around you are trying to make us think that you're fine. So I'm going to treat you just like that until you embarrass everybody. And I'm hoping when I say everybody, the Democrats and the fake news. And he's doing just that. So now here's Stank. Here's Stank. Stank's mad.
Viral video after viral video. This is an epic disaster. I see people online saying, well, okay, that answer wasn't so bad. No, it doesn't. Any particular answer doesn't matter at all. This thing is over. He looks like he's barely surviving. I don't mean the debate, I mean life.
That is so true. This debate is over. It's over. And you are right, because I said it a couple months back. Joe Biden looks like he's rocking straight up funeral makeup. That man looks like he's embalmed halfway already. Hands don't move, arms just sit in place like this. He looks like he is being filled with embalming fluid. Halfway in the grave, man, they probably got a casket in the beast waiting for him. Like any minute now, we just carry it just in case. That's how bad he looks, man. Where he walked out, leading head first, he's at that toddler stage where the head is leading him all over the place. So now Stank, he had to call it out, but I don't respect Stank. I don't respect Stank because he's a He's a liberal Democrat. What about this guy?
If anybody in America thinks that was even close to being an okay debate by Joe Biden, I'm living in a parallel universe. It was an unmitigated disaster for President Biden from the second he walked out
Wash your mouth
to the
out.
closing statement.
Oh.
The biggest issue for Democrats is abortion, and he couldn't give an answer.
What? So he fumbled his favorite play? All right, Joe, this is your play. All right, I'm going to you in the end zone. You're going to be wide open. We've been practicing this all week, okay, Joe? Got it. All right, Joe, on 3. Well, blue 32. Hut, hut, hut. All right, there he is. Dun, dun, dun. Quarterback drops back. Dun, 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 dun. He's wide open. Everybody's expecting a touchdown. Nobody around him. Oh my God, folks celebrating prematurely. And Joe's like, chocolate, chocolate, chip. And drops the ball. Just straight up dropped the ball. He went from a portion where he was wide open. It was like, Lincoln Riley being raped and killed because of my policies. That's what that wasn't the play. Oh, so I was supposed to stay on abortion, but I went to this woman being killed from my shouldn't have done that, huh? Wide open. And blew it.
He gave an answer for he couldn't even give a coherent answer on the biggest issue for Democrats tonight. I've heard from leading Democrats across the United States, elected governors, congressmen, who are texting me and saying, I'm worried I'm going to lose if Joe Biden's at the top of the table.
And I hope they all lose, man. So we can have another gloat party, a celebration again. I hope they lose by so many digits. I want them to lose every race. Oh, look at this crying Van Jones. Same guy that was all busted up on the inside when Joe won. This is the day that's the celebration. And you know what? Now my kids can grow up and I'm going, you big bag of nothing. So let's see how he feels about his hero now.
And I think there's a lot of people who are going to want to see him consider taking a different course now. We're still far from our convention.
Wait, Jones, you didn't see him needing to take a different course right there? Where were you at when this happened? Huh? Remember, you should only fall once every 10 years. There you go. Once every 10. Okay. This guy broke records in falling. So now Van Jones now is just getting a revelation too. He's just getting it, guys. Why are all these so-called smart people late? They're always late. And we sitting back there, we saw this coming a long time ago. Y'all, should we be getting your salaries? Why is it that all of us regular conservatives that are not in, all of you guys know pretty much everything that I know. So my point is, why do us regular conservatives know these things? And yet these folks pretend like they had no idea. This is the moment of revelation for them. It took this debate to show them how bad Joe was in, how bad a shape he was in. And I'm thinking, we knew this a long time ago. How did you miss it? It was right in your face. Let's continue.
And there is time for this party to figure out a different way forward if you will allow us to do that.
3, you're out. You see that, Van? That didn't make an alarm go off in your head right there? When you said, oh, okay, he's good. He's getting up. Oh, wait, he's back down. Oh, wait. Oh, phew, that was a close one. Oh, whoa, he's back down again. He's back down again. That didn't send an alarm off in your head. Sent one off in mine. Woke me up out my sleep. Probably before I saw the clip. What? Joe Biden fell. Oh, my goodness. My spidey senses told me. My MAGA senses told me. But this guy, you're either very naive and dumb, or you were shielding for him. And now you got to pretend to get this revelation.
Is not what we needed from Joe Biden, and it's personally painful for a lot of people. It's not just panic, it's
You could have saved yourself the pain. You know what helps the pain when someone you care about is deteriorating is not being shocked. If you have to lose someone, you'd rather have time to prepare. You don't want the person to suffer per se, but you also don't want to just be at work one day and somebody call you like, grandpa's dead or mom passed or your son, you don't like those type of surprises. You weren't ready. But when you see somebody and you say, man, Pops is losing a step, Mom is forgetting things, Pops looking, the doctors are saying, it kind of, don't get me wrong, it ain't going to take away all the pain. But you have time to brace for impact because you're not walking around denying things like some people do. Dad, you're in your imagination, you're not dying. You're never going to die. You're going to live forever. Won't let the parent go, just in their mind, oh, nope, I'm not accepting it. That right there makes it more painful. So you got to be able to recognize reality so you can prepare for it. Van's acting as if he didn't see the writing on the wall. And I'm looking at big fat letters all over like that man falling up those stairs 3 times. Now Van is shocked.
Pain of what we saw tonight.
What are the headlines being written right now about this debate?
Well, Lester and Savannah, there's no way to sugarcoat this. This night got off to...
Wait a minute. Are those deep fakes in the background? Are those deep, cheap fakes in the background now? So we're not able to justify all of these videos now and say, we were right. When we were looking at these, we were looking at them correctly. But these same networks got in lock and step to come out and tell us the White House says that there's a lot of cheap fakes, and the White House says, and the press secretary, and cheap fakes are a big thing now. They all lined up to tell us that these clips were all cheap fakes. Now I'm saying these clips validate that we accurately assessed what was happening to Joe overseas, as they were lying to us saying cheap fakes. So now, was this a cheap fake debate? That's what I want to know.
A tough start for President Biden. He delivered a performance that was at times halting. At times he seemed to lose his train of thought. At times he started to talk about one topic, for example, the economy, and then shifted to Afghanistan.
Couldn't anticipate that coming. Smart girl. Now here I am talking about I'm going to bet on the champ. And this is my fighter. I'm putting all my money on him. And yet I'm watching him practice. And this man is out there, this shadow boxing, no form, swinging like that. Can't bust a grape, trying to hit the speed back. Not once do I go, what's wrong with this fighter? I mean, he's not able to move side to side. He's looking slow. I mean, this guy looks like he's out of shape. But yet I'm out here telling people, you wait until Saturday. I'm telling you, my boy gonna come out, he's gonna knock everybody out. I'm telling you right now, he's good to go. Now I'm watching him practice. I'm watching him behind closed doors, and I'm going, this guy sucks. He sucks. Now when he gets out there and get pummeled, I'm going, this is off. I didn't see this coming. I invested a lot of energy into him and time and money, and I pumped him up. I'm just as shocked as you all are. I thought he was gonna win. They knew their fighter was washed up, and yet they were out there promoting him and set him up to get knocked the heck out. Stuck his butt right out there. Bing!
Which gave former President Trump an opening. And the topic of abortion, his strongest topic coming into tonight, he raised the issue of immigration, which gave former President Trump an opening. As the night progressed, he did begin to pick up steam. He had some really strong moments on the issues of what his administration, for example, has done for veterans. But zooming out, this was a debate about performance. This was a debate about allaying Americans' concerns about his ability to serve another 4 years. And I and a number of reporters at NBC News have heard from a range of Democrats who have said that they are concerned by tonight's debate.
Wait, did you just say Democrats? Did she just say concerns from the same Democrats that's been coming out to those microphones telling us Joe Biden's competent, behind closed doors? This man right here is sharp as a tack. He handles the meetings very well. Can you show us? No, we can't show you that. See, yeah. Going back to my English Mastiff story, I had one female named Nala, and her and Bolo was the first two that I bought. Nala was a beautiful fawn, English Mastiff. But Nala suffered. Gizmo. This dude, every sound he hears goes crazy. But that's good. I want him like that. I want him like that because, see, I can't show y'all what I got on that wall right there, but that right there is the wall of pain. It's the wall of pain. get out of here. I'm doing my show. Thank you, brother. Now, see, this is why I need a dog. This is why I need a dog. My brother just walked in, y'all. Y'all didn't even know I had a brother. Come on in here for me. Gizmo, you did well. You did well. You know that's a good way to get shot, right?
Oh,
you know?
Yes, sir.
This is my brother right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, been on down. Show the people. Yeah. Bald heads. Yeah. Hey, you know I was about to reach up. I was about to reach up on the wall of pain right there and give you some of that.
Yeah, Mr. Tech Nine.
Yeah, you didn't want none of that pain right there, man. You better be careful, brother.
No, especially not that 44.
No, you don't want that. No. Yeah, nobody wants that type of pain right there. Anyway, man, let me get back to the show.
Okay,
thanks.
brother.
I appreciate it. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Love you.
Okay,
yes.
Love you too.
I will see you tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Be cool.
Okay.
Yeah. See, that's what happened when you give your brother a key to your house. No call, no nothing. Then I'm on my way in. We're gonna sneak in here quiet. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, man, I was about to get. But anyway, I'm glad I didn't, because I'd be like, oh God, what have I done? Yeah. But anyway. Now, I forgot what I was saying. Good boy, Gizmo. You did good. You did good. So, getting back to what I was saying, which was what? Since I was distracted, guys. All right. Yeah. I'm going to have to go back now. See, that's what happens. I was ready to go into defend my life mode. All right, let's see.
Are concerned by tonight's debate. One telling.
Oh, Nala. Thank you. I was telling a story about Nala. You guys are wonderful. Yeah. Nala, she suffered from stranger anxiety. And, you know, there was a reason why I never would show Nala. You know, I could only talk about how great Nala was, because I know that when people would come over to see the puppies, Bolo was a lover. He'd come upstairs, he would shake paws with people, you know, they'd shake the hands, he'd be all of them. They'd be like, oh, he's great. Can I see the mom? I'd be like, nope, can't see her. She's nursing. Because I know that Nala would come up there and embarrass the whole family. She would look squeamish. People would probably be going, are you beating this dog? And I know I'm not. That is how scared she was of, you know, strangers. So I had to keep her tucked away. When you keep somebody tucked away like that, but yet you're out there boasting about how great they are and trying to promote them, at some point people are going to say, why can't I see him? Why can't we see Nala downstairs? Oh, because she might growl at us. Because she might go in the corner and be all still. And I'm like, is something wrong with your dog? Am I going to get this in my puppy? You know, there are things like that that make people's antennas go up. So when you come out and tell us that Joe Biden is great, he's smart, he's witty, he's handling meetings behind closed doors, and we see him in public, we going, y'all tried to hide him for a reason. No wonder y'all only can talk about him in public, but not show any of him handling business behind closed doors. So now, there's no hiding this. The doors have been opened and the whole world is able to see what this man did.
This race, quote, this is effectively over. This person predicting, look, Democrats are still going to stand by Biden, despite the fact that you do have some Democrats tonight wondering if that will be the case moving forward. But there has been some tough language that people have been reaching out to offer in terms of the performance that they saw tonight from President Biden. The Biden campaign wanted and needed a compelling performance from their candidate. Did they get it? If a voter, Savannah, was tuning in, looking to see about concerns being alleviated about President Biden's age or strength or capability for office, it is not at all clear that that is what they got from this performance by President Biden tonight, which was shaky. It was a shaky start, wooden at times, meandering at times. I will tell you that in about the back half of the debate, maybe the latter third of the debate, I heard from a Democratic lawmaker, member of Congress, who has been a strong supporter of President Biden's, who suggested the possibility, Savannah, of perhaps an open convention.
Well, see, you wouldn't have to suggest that if you guys would have had a primary instead of subverting democracy, instead of doing that. So now all of a sudden, y'all are scrambling because y'all didn't want competition. See, y'all relied on lawfare to try to stop Trump and rigging your own elections to stop any contenders against Joe, and then overlooking Joe standing over here like he's a rock'em sock'em robot, overlooking all of that. Nobody stopped to question why this man has the tightest fist ever, but yet they're pretending like this is shocking. The Democrats are like, what do we do now? I would have been asking that when I would have looked over at him and said, why is Joe's fist balled up? Why is he so tense on stage? Those are moments that they all, I guess, missed. Now they're scrambling. Unbelievable. So now here they are once again questioning, what do we do?
Or replacing President Biden on the ticket. I will tell you, it is all but potentially impossible for that to actually happen. But the fact that that is even being raised, the fact that that is even a shadow now.
Yeah, y'all shouldn't even be talking about that. Leave Joe alone. Let that man stay in office. I want to see him go the distance. I don't want them to swap him out. Forget impeaching him. Don't even talk about no 25th Amendment. Leave that man be. Ain't nothing wrong with Joe. Let it go all the way to the polls. I want to see the fight go on, even though there are fighters out there all jacked up. Boxing the wrong way. They're like, you know, your opponent's in the middle of the ring. Why are you punching towards the people? Turn around. Go over there and punch. You know what? That's what I want. I want him to stay in the fight all the way to the 12th round so I can watch a spectacular knockout at the end. I don't even want to take the chance of them swapping him out and rejuvenating, you know, the Democrats by sticking somebody in there, because you know they got to stick somebody in there that either is a woman or a person of color. Because if they bump Kamala out, you know, you're going to get your radical black folks that's going to be mad about that. You're going to get all of your liberal leftists who's like, this is disenfranchising the woman and all of that stuff. So they got to get somebody in there, find a nice combination. For them to do this, one, they got to get Joe to surrender. They got to get him to surrender. And then two, they got to get Kamala to shut her trap and surrender with him. They got to get her. They're going to have to sweeten the deal so great for her, because it has to look as if she made the decision herself to step down. What they can offer her, who knows? Who knows? But I guarantee you, if she says, nope, I think I should be the one to step up to bat. They're going to be like, don't make us give you the Hillary Clinton treatment, Kamala. You ain't above. I mean, your blackness don't mean nothing to us. And you being a woman of color mean nothing to us. It's the party that counts. Now you find a way to step your butt down. We'll make it worth your while. So we'll see what they're going to do. But I can't, think of any good candidates that they can stick out there right now. All right, so let's finish hearing them whine about this.
Over the debate performance for President Biden is at minimum a headache for the Biden campaign moving into the next stretch of this campaign ahead of the Republican convention in the next couple weeks.
Anderson, this was a game-changing debate in the sense that right now, as we speak, there is a deep, a wide, and a very aggressive panic in the Democratic Party. It started minutes ago.
You mean like the panic that Macron went into when Biden decided to walk away from the celebration instead of greeting the soldiers? You mean like this panic? Stuff like this?
The debate, and it continues right now. It involves party strategists. It involves elected officials. It involves fundraisers. And they're having conversations about the president's performance.
What do you mean Biden is gone? He was supposed to stay and greet the soldiers. Never mind. I will have to do it myself. Ho ho, vous vous, merci, oui oui. I will become the American president.
For this moment. Because our commander-in-chief was escorted off by his nurse. So now, they didn't catch that. I guess that was a cheap fake. That wasn't really Biden being courted off.
Which they think was dismal, which they think will hurt other people down the party in the ticket. And they're having conversations about what they should do about it. Some of those conversations include, should we go to the White House and ask the president to step aside? Others are...
or make him step aside. Don't make them send Obama over there. Listen, Joe, I always said, never underestimate your ability to flood things up. But I'm telling you now, you might want to just go ahead and step aside. I'm sure somebody's going to get in that ear, Nasty Pelosi, the one that was caught on that hot mic early, who knew Joe was messed up, when Joe said, hey, Nance, you want me to continue going? And she said, am I on? No. Well then, no, we don't want him to speak. Why did you say that, Nancy? If he was Obama, you'd have been like, continue. Yeah, if he was Bill Clinton or Hillary, would you have ever said, no, we don't want them to speak? Why didn't you want Joe to continue speaking? Why did Joe feel the necessity to check in with Nasty Pelosi about can he continue speaking? But remember, guys, nothing was wrong with Joe. These are all things in our imagination. That's why I'm letting them have it tonight.
Other of the conversations are about, should prominent Democrats go public with that call? because they feel this debate was so terrible. They do say in moments in the debate, later, the president got better and got his footing, but then at the end, even his closing statement was a little halting. The contrast between the two candidates. Let me be clear. None of them, and a lot of Republicans, don't think Donald Trump had a great night. Donald Trump broke the fact check machine more than I can count tonight.
According to you. But look at that background fact check we're looking at right now of Biden not knowing what's going on.
That will be on the record as we go forward. He refused to answer some very specific and direct questions about his conduct, about January 6th and what all. So that will be dealt with out there. And sometimes there's a parallel universe between the political elites and the American people. It'd be nice to see what the voters say. But I can tell you, it started minutes in. It started with the first couple of answers. And
No. I'm not letting you get away with this. Started with the first couple of answers that started immediately. No, it started 4 years ago. Maybe even before that. Remember, my first wake up was when he got out there talking about, and I got blonde hair and the kids love rubbing on my leg. I said, that guy's messed up. But they came out here and lied to us and told us it was a stuttering problem. They said that Joe was all kinds of stuff, making up everything for him. He was abused as a kid. They wouldn't let him play with toys in daycare. They told him that made every excuse for this man possible. Now they got to come out here and make excuses of why they're pretending to be shocked. We can't believe this. All about I didn't see this one coming.
It's continued throughout the night from a, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, to what do we do about this? And it involves very senior people in the Democratic Party, including elected officials, saying we
look
have
at Joe.
And it's like
They weren't able to put together those context clues. See, that's why I'm showing them the montage why they're complaining. Because they're all pretending now that they didn't see this coming. They're shocked. They're flabbergasted. And I'm going, y'all must have missed all of this footage. Or did y'all just call these cheap fakes?
cold as well. So I understand not feeling well. And, obviously Joe Biden comes in with certain deficits.
What? Joyless Reed? Oh, snap. The one that they shaved off that Donald Trump do and went with the full-blown bald head? I can't believe she is spitting on Joe Biden right about now. So they tried to prep us, y'all. All right, now we want to give you some info up front coming in. Joe's suffering from some type of cold. And then he has a virus. And he's also suffering from West Nile virus. And he got a smidge of... They came in, laying the groundwork for this guy. And here she is trying to still drop that out there like that matters. So he couldn't rise to the occasion because he got a cold. But guess what else he got?
He has a stutter.
He has a stutter. That's the funniest lie to me. It is hilarious to hear them still try to use this as an excuse. Joe has a stuttering problem. Like, y'all still going with the stuttering problem narrative, huh? Where was all this stuttering way back in the day? I've seen clips of Joe before this all kicked in. All kind of clips. Not once did I hear him go. He's not out there like raging Harlem. With the boxer talking about, shoot, yeah, I'm ready. Because tomorrow, I gonna knock me somebody the heck out. I've never seen Joe come out like Harlem Nights, stuttering. Come on, babies. But now all of a sudden, they're all out here rocking this narrative. He has a stuttering problem. Like, since when? Oh, since his brain broke and y'all needed an excuse of why he was out there stinking it up. Does stuttering cause you to make up words? You might take a long time to get the word out, but it'll be the right word. Yeah, you ain't coming out talking about some, I tried to say, international whatever, but it came out as national and depression. If you stuttered, it would take him forever to say that. National under pressure. He said that fluently. National under pressure, isolate and punish Chinese. He never stuttered over any of those gaffes or made up words. And here they're talking about he has a stuttering problem that only shows up when he forgets numbers, words, makes up words, all of that.
It is more difficult for him to communicate for that reason. So there's a lot to mitigate the way that he speaks, and you can understand it. And we've
unbelievable lie.
That said, I too was on the phone throughout much of the debate with
what you talk about?
Obama, world people, with Democrats.
And were you saying, Obama, why did you tell us to ignore all this background footage Kevin is showing during his montage? Why did you tell us that? Why did you give us our talking orders and our talking points to come out and lie about this man having a stuttering problem? He's fine. This is right-wing conspiracies. These are cheap fakes. When we all knew this man was on stage being charted off, guided, reminded, controlled. We all knew it. But they went with it. So now they got to look stupid.
People who are political operatives, with campaign operatives, my phone really never stopped buzzing throughout. And the universal reaction was somewhere approaching.
You know what didn't stop buzzing? It's those clippers on that bald head. I guess she got tired of being made fun of hating Trump but rocking his hairstyle. So finally, I'll go ahead and fade it up. That's what's buzzing.
Panic. The people who were texting with me were very concerned about President Biden seeming extremely feeble.
What?
Seeming extremely...
Because that just happened. That just happened. Very concerned about him looking very feeble. I'm thinking, y'all didn't catch that about 3 years ago when he was sleeping over at the G7? Y'all didn't catch that? None of that, right? Just all of that stuff, y'all. It's like the car's running fine. Don't worry about it. Don't pay attention to that knocking under the hood. Now it's like my car is running real horribly. I don't know where this came from. So now they're concerned about him looking real feeble. And I'm going, that man's been looking feeble for years.
Week. They're having conversations about the president's performance, which they think was dismal, which they think will hurt other people.
No, it wasn't dismal, man. It was piss poor. Dismal's too good. It was piss poor. I ain't talking about baby pee. I'm talking about some grown man rank pee that's been drinking Black Velvet all night long. And here it is. It was dismal.
People down the party in the ticket, and they're having conversations about what they should do about it. Some of those conversations include, should we go to the White House and ask the president to step aside? Other of the conversations are about, should prominent Democrats go...
Somebody said audio. Can y'all still hear me? It ain't go out, did it? Somebody said Black Velvet. Rattling voices. Audio again. All right, hold on. Let's see here. Stupid microphone. Choppy. All right, somebody said I'm good now. I just unplugged it and plugged it back in. Okay. There we go. Somebody said I'm good now. All right. Yeah, sometimes it might be the audio and sometimes it might be the internet slowing down and chopping up the audio. So who knows? All right, breaking up, but good now. Okay, I'm back. I unplugged and replugged. That's the whole go-to. See, whenever you're not like a tech whiz, it's always unplug it and plug it back in. It works every time. So now, here this guy is out here talking about the strategy of trying to get rid of Joe Biden. And I say, you leave that man alone. You let Joe go. You know what I'm saying? Leave Joe be. That's what y'all wanted, right? Yeah, that's why y'all ain't had no primary. That's why y'all subverted democracy and stuck Joe in there. That's why y'all shafted Pete Buttigieg and made him step down so Joe can go ahead and take the reins. That's why y'all shut Bernie Sanders down and gave it to crooked Hillary, right? That's why, because y'all love democracy. So now let's let democracy reign. Leave these people alone. Let Joe go ahead and finish it out.
Public with that call because they feel this debate was so terrible.
It's bullshit that they're surprised by that.
Thank you. It's bull crap that they're surprised about that. You said it, lady. You said it. We all know it's bullshit. So all of these media folks out here pretending that they're shocked. They were blindsided by it. When in reality, they participated in it. They enabled it. Yeah, they laid the groundwork. And guess what? We're about to see an example of how good it worked on some people. But it's so bad that folks is hanging on to a little sanity. Is going, I might have had a first stage form of TDS, but it ain't that great to where I can't see that this vegetable got out there and laid an egg. So let's go ahead and be honest about it. The fake news knew They knew, y'all. And now they're pretending that they don't. Now, I guarantee you if they swap him out, then these are going to be the same people to come out and tell us, now, this new person is going to save democracy. Now, you got to listen to us and our opinion about the new person. People don't stop to realize how much these folks have lied to them. Somebody said, Trump is going to be here in a couple of days. Where? Are you in Ohio? Yes, I am. If so, Trump will be there in a couple of days. Please let me know. Type it in their notes. Because I'll be there. So now, the folks who knew that Joe was messed up, the news knew. Let's see what they missed. Maybe we can help them out, take them to, investigative or journal school here in Kevin's Corner to show them these are things that might make you draw conclusions if you want to be a good journalist. Stuff like this.
Paul, he had tied that fall. He decided to, look, I shouldn't get into this problem.
Okay, president seems to be confused, seems to not complete sentences, abandons thoughts, straggles on without making sense, all of that. If I'm a journalist, that clip right there would have caught my attention. I would have been like, excuse me, black gay, what did that sentence mean? What did that statement? I don't understand what he's saying. See? Oh, things like this I would have asked about.
Just stay.
Why is your wife telling you to just stay? Why is she only giving you the smallest part in the play? Joe, what you're going to do is you're going to stand here on stage and just move the flag side to side. Well, all the other kids get big parts and they get to dance and sing and stuff like that and they get lines. Not you, Joe. You're simply standing here and waving a flag back and forth. That's the best we can do for you, Joe. Don't get mad. It's just you're the best flag waver we have. I am. Yeah, Joe. There it is. I would be asking questions like that. Or maybe questions like this.
Thank you and happy Easter. All right.
Excuse me. President seems to not know protocol and wife seems to always be present to correct him and guide him and instruct him on simple things that he should be aware of and try to hide it. Wave, talking through the teeth. Wave, not realizing I got a mic hooked up to me. Wave. We heard it. And she's at fault for allowing this to happen to him.
Okay.
God bless America. There it is. Nothing suspicious about this. Man falling all over the place, wandering off, needs a guide. Wife next to him telling him what to do. God bless America. Journalists didn't even catch it. See, now they're flabbergasted. They're blindsided.
It's appreciated.
Thank you.
Let me guide you off. There you go. This way, Joe. Don't hit the brick wall. Oh, no journalists right there. Okay, president seemed to have said, my butt's been wiped. And because there is no transcript saying what he actually said, maybe I should ask Black Gay Drop to translate, my butt's been wiped. Maybe I should go, the other day, as he was walking in Marine One, it sounded like the president said his butt's been wiped. Can you tell me what he actually said if he didn't say my butt's been wiped? Because that seems like a strange thing to say to a reporter. And see what Black Gay Drop has to say. Now, you see, I'm thinking like this. I'm looking at all these things and I'm going, that's strange. So I'm helping the media out because you don't want to blindside it again later on. See, I had to slow it down for them so they can hear that again. My butt's been wiped. Oh, what about this?
The conduct of the response in the Gaza Strip has been over the top. I think that
president seems to be confused, taking long pauses while reading notes and prescripted answers, still yet confusing world leaders. Could this be a concern about his mental state? But nope, Joel Scarborough Beaker comes out, this is the best Biden I've ever seen. Now he's talking about maybe our leaders, our generals, not able to.
As you know, initially,
Don't worry about it.
the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in. I talked to him.
Yeah. He talked to CC. Oh, wait. Was it BB? CC? CC? BB and CC? Yeah, so I talked to BB and CC. Okay? I love their music because, I was brought up in the black church, right? So I talked to BB, I talked to CC, and I told him, send me some of those black tunes that I can't dance to or even clap to. So he talked to BB or CC. We don't know.
If you're a family that's a two-wage earner,
okay,
I gotta send my wife. If you're too starved, if you're too far, if your family is a wage earner.
See, that's how average Americans, when they hear Joe, that's how they have to translate and communicate it to their loved ones, because they want to spread the message about what Joe is saying, I guess, if they can understand him. So that guy right there, he just tried to simply give his wife the good news that he was confused. That was the good news. If you're too starved, the true starved, the wage earner. Yeah, the good news is I'm confused. So all of us who've been watching Joe be paraded out and make stupid statements and been going, did you understand that? What is Joe talking about? But the media, I guess they understood it very clearly.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put sign.
President appeared to have slight stroke while saying America has been summed up in a word that we could not translate. Could it be cognitive issues when you say a Nobody thought like that, right? Except us conspiracy theorists.
Pack Act into law.
President seems to be singing children's nursery rhymes. Nick whack, Patty whack, give the dog a bone. This creepy sleepy goes home. That's what I hear. Nick whack, the pack jack, the pack slap the back on the jack, and it's a Patty whack jack. Don't know what that was. Where's the translators?
That fall, he decided to look. I shouldn't get into this.
President appears to always abandon statements. Could it be due to running out of mental data? There you go. I'm hoping the fake news now won't have to be embarrassed again when they get out there and cover for a disgusting, Democrat and cover up and lie for them. Maybe, just maybe, they'll start to learn how we think, because we always end up saying, told you so. So guys, let's see how the public responded before we leave.
Oh, the title of this, I have this title page every single time. This time it's Trump's first debate victory. And that has two meanings. The first is that, last night was the first debate of this cycle. But the second is it's actually his first general debate victory in the minds of the voters ever. 2016, Hillary Clinton won all the debates. Last time around, Joe Biden won all the debates. Here's the first debate winner margins dating back to 2012. Look here. Mitt Romney won by 42 points. Hillary Clinton just won by 13. Joe Biden last time around won by 32. Look at this. This year is the exact inverse of where...
By the way, I'm so glad you guys are recognizing my subscriber numbers. Yes, I'm at 190. I think a couple of weeks back, until that one video went viral, I was at 178, something like that. But it just goes to show the shenanigans that's really going on with YouTube. I mean, how do you go from 178 to 190 in 2 weeks and go from every one of your videos, whether they be pre-recorded and uploaded or live streamed, all seem to stop right around 1,800 to 3,000 views. All of them just seem to just put out like they just hit a wall. And then out of nowhere, a video goes over 1 million views. And in that same amount of time, your subscribers, as if they were being held in a queue or not released. Yeah, your subscriber numbers just go. Now, I'm excited to see that, though. I'm not complaining. And I would love to get back up over 200,000. They stopped me at 211. I was at 211,000 and growing until I ticked them off. And then they said, and bumped me down all the way. And I'm going, I see what y'all doing. Now, like I said, I'm not going to give them too much praise and I'm not going to get excited about them. I'm going to be sober about it and see how things go. Okay. And if they do let me grow, I'm going to take advantage of it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take advantage of it. So I do appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me, recognizing that, sharing my videos, watching it, all the things that you guys do. You guys make it worth doing this even when, you know, the crowd seems small, the views seem low, the numbers are decreasing. And that really shows that if, you know, I think, me personally, I feel if you're not able to produce when, you know, you got a small audience, small crowd, then don't try to get out there talking about, well, now I'm ready to do it because I got 1 million followers. You got to have the same level of passion if you believe in what you're doing, whether you're talking to one person or 1 million people. And that's kind of my approach. That's why I don't let YouTube discourage me, even when they suppress my videos and things like that. So I just told y'all, I'm hanging there until times get better. So we shall see. We shall see. Now, let's get back to this guy who's probably going to get fired because he sounds a little too excited about these poll numbers.
Where we were 4 years ago, Donald Trump won this debate by 34 points by a 67 to 33% margin. So the fact of the matter is, Donald Trump's performance last night was the best performance he ever put forth in the American voters' minds on a debate stage, or it could be argued that Joe Biden's debate performance was so bad that he managed to make Donald Trump actually look good.
Now, he sounds too enthusiastic. He's going to get the hammer. Yeah, see, when you have to report on things that help Donald Trump or is positive from, you gotta do it with an attitude. So I don't know what these numbers are. I don't know how, but somehow Donald Trump manages. See, he sounds too gleeful. Let's continue.
With that 34-point lead, does this mean, can we just go ahead and assume that this is going to give him a bump when it comes to what voters will do?
History isn't always precedent, but in this particular case, poll bump after winning the first debate. Look at this. Joe Biden last time around got a poll bump. Hillary Clinton got a poll bump in 2016. Mitt Romney, after winning the first debate, got a poll bump in 2012. And in 2008, Barack Obama got a poll bump. And if you look on average across those 4 different first debates, guess what? The person who won the debate gained 4 points on average. And of course, at this particular point, what we were dealing with going into this particular debate, if you looked at that CNN polls yesterday, Donald Trump was already ahead by 2 points. So if you apply that, you could end up, if history holds, on average, you could be looking at a mid-single-digit lead for Donald Trump. And you know what? Again, we're talking about unprecedented debate performances for Donald Trump. Donald Trump, outside...
Oh, he sounds too gleeful. Donald Trump, he's going to get it. The young whippersnapper, the Pop-Tart hasn't realized we're propaganda network. So even if we have to report on something that's positive, you better act like you're sucking on a lemon. Donald Trump. So wait, Donald Trump was up by 2? Going in, and then Biden lays an egg, and he could go up by 6, y'all? Yeah, you better downplay that little excitement in your voice, buddy. Sound a little too jovial.
Of the convention after the RNC in 2016 has never held such a large lead as this could potentially end up being if history holds. Of course, history isn't always precedent. We don't know what exactly will happen. But if you're looking back at history at this point, this history is very bad for the man who won the first debate.
I want to look back at some of that history. Yeah, the man who won the debate last time looks very bad. And that man was Creepy Sleepy, who really, really sucked. But nonetheless, yeah.
As a guide, as we all say. Have an incumbent in the past face something like what is happening with Joe Biden now. What has that meant for them?
Nothing good. Nothing good, Sarah Seidner. Nothing good for them. Our incumbents who trailed prior to and then lost the first debate, Jimmy Carter, George H.W. Bush, Donald Trump, Joe Biden. Well, we don't know what's going to happen this year, but we know what happened with the 3 other guys.
Oh, we know what's going to happen this year. Because we knew what happened 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. Yeah, we're still upset about that. Debate be damned. Trump still won that last presidency. However, okay, now we get a chance to enjoy a whole new fresh 4 years. Yeah, it's like saving your bag of Doritos when you was a kid. Yeah, your brother and them eat all of theirs up, and you just eat some of them and wrap them up. And then about 2 days later, when you crack them open, you're like, glad I didn't eat all my Doritos up front. As they're sitting back, looking at yours, salivating. Can I have some of your Doritos? Nope, you ate all yours up front. So now they snuck one out from under us. And now it looks like we might be looking at a new fresh set of years with Donald Trump. And short of them rigging it again, I think this guy's going to get his face smashed in. And I don't care who they swap out. Whoever they swap out, I think they're going to get their face smashed in as well. It's too late in the game.
You know what happened with them? They were one and done. They all lost re-election. And at this particular case, Joe Biden, you're looking at those polls right now, looking at those post-debate polls, looking at that Democratic panic. There's really no good news except for the fact that fortunately for Joe Biden, the election isn't today or tomorrow, it's in November, because he's going to need that time to make up for what was a historically bad performance for the current
historically
president.
bad?
You should also mention there is also another debate. There is a lot of debate amongst those watching as to whether that is actually going to happen.
Never going to happen. Never going to get it. 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 They're not going for another debate after that debacle. I know right now the Dems are going, don't bring me no bad news. No bad news. No bad news. They're straight singing Eveline. No bad news, man. So this is a bunch of bad news.
So we will wait and see.
We're going to have to wait and see. But last night, there was nothing good for this man.
Nothing good for that man. Uh-oh.
I would have to say, after watching the debate and watching how Biden handled himself and answering the questions, it reassured me of his unassurance, be able to lead our country. I'm concerned he was hesitant, very not cognitive. Seemed like his data, he was missing his numbers. So very concerning. That's somebody I don't think that needs to lead our country.
Wow. So now CNN got a panel and they want to know how they felt about this. Y'all ready for some TDS? Some delusion right here? Some confusion? So that lady was like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. He confirmed that he's not prepared.
Does anyone share that same opinion? A couple of you do. Who does not?
Uh-oh.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
One of the big things that a lot of people forget, when we are typically speaking in day-to-day life, we tend to stutter as well.
Don't see, there we go. I told y'all a little bit ago when I was making fun of them lying about Joe having a stuttering problem. I said, yeah, it's funny, but there's somebody out there that's believing that garbage. And we found it. It's like finding us a leprechaun, y'all. We done messed around and found one. I mean, I used to say, show me one person who actually believes that Joe Biden had a stuttering problem. That's why he's flubbing up all these words. And we got us one right in the audience, right there, y'all. So let's hear her go ahead and spew out these crazy behind narratives and pretend they, you know what, she believes it though. She ain't pretending. She's like, hey, he has a stuttering problem.
So sometimes it will take time to be able to think about what you're going to say. But regardless, when it comes to a strong leader and what we're looking for in a leader, I'm looking for somebody that who
can walk up steps without falling, who can put sentences together, who won't open up a border, who doesn't have the worst economy ever and high inflation. Who ain't gonna get us into unnecessary wars and, you know, possibly drag us straight into World War III? You mean somebody like that? Or somebody who cares about rainbows and flowers and make sure that the bumblebees have enough, all that stuff.
I trust to be able to uphold policies that will protect me and are more concerned for the general well-being of everybody in the United States, which I got more from Biden, considering he did a lot more talking about policies, what he's done and what he plans to do.
Well, what has he done? Or do you just take for face value all of the crap he said he did? He did. Yeah. I bet you she's one of those people believes that when I inherited this with inflation was at 9% and just took it for face value. Yeah. And you know what? We got the best economy right now that we've ever had. Okay, he said that. That's true. I guess that's true. Ain't going to go and look up anything. Isn't going to stop and consider, wait a minute, this is a politician trying to win re-election. Of course, he's going to pad the numbers. He's going to make sure he put a spin on the economy and all of the negative things that he's telling you aren't a problem, but not her.
Whereas on the other side from Trump, all I really heard was, I've done this and it was the best ever, but I never heard what it was.
Well, that's not what I heard.
Or I heard that Biden was the worst ever, but I never heard why. So there was a lot that was...
He explained why. But see, that's liberal logic. That's what TDS does. It blocks information. It blocks the common sense. It expresses the lack of common sense gene. It expresses that gene. So now she's incapable of putting these things together.
It's left unclear for me. So while he may have appeared like a stronger candidate, on paper, there was a lot missing in terms of actual debate.
You're nodding along, Victor. What do you say, Sam?
I would agree with that.
Oh, here come the brother. Let's see what he got to say.
That and the rules of the debate were you could not bring notes or any written material. So I'd defy anybody to try to speak for 90 minutes and not forget some facts.
Trump does it all the time. in every rally, I would challenge Joe to speak for 5 minutes without forgetting facts. It should be second nature. He should be doing this for a living. Maybe if he'll come out and do press conferences, which he can't, he might be more familiar with all of these facts and information, especially if he was the one making these decisions. Especially if he was making the decisions. Because see, if he was making the decisions, then it would be in his brain. If I'm not the architect of my policies and my agenda, and it's coming from somebody else, I would have to memorize it. It's not my passion. It's not my vision. I'm going, tell me what our vision is again. But if it's your vision, you like, here's the plan. Here's what we're going to do. This is what we're doing. If you're tracking your own success, if you're proud of your agenda and your success, you don't have to go away for 7 days to memorize that and become familiar with it. And this dude, I challenge anybody to be out there for 90 minutes. If you know the material on the test, you ain't got to cram. If you've been keeping up with it and studying the whole time, you ain't got to cram for 7 straight days. So here's another idiot.
And the fact that, he struggled with that. He's always had a stuttering problem.
Holy moly, where are these people coming from? We got 2 for 1. I should go play the lottery. We got 2 idiots in this audience that both dropped out the stuttering problem narrative. And the fact is people like, the truth of the matter is, I don't even know right now, personally, anybody that stutters. I'm sure there's people out there that stutter, but my point is this, you're telling me this will be something, it would have been brought to your attention a long time ago because we're not used to hearing a lot of people stutter. So if Joe had a stuttering problem all down through the years, do you know how familiar we would all be with this stuttering problem? I didn't hear about this until he started making all these gaffes. Now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Joe has a stuttering problem. And he believes,
like she said, I think the leadership qualities are there.
In my entire professional...
Oh, this is sad. This guy's busted up as we close. Listen to this, because he's going to tell us what the people think.
Career, I've done 32 debates. Never has someone performed, and I was very upset with Donald Trump in 2020.
Okay.
I have never seen a performance like I saw last night. My focus group all came in undecided, all from swing state.
Y'all hear that? That man said he'd been doing this all those years and ain't never seen a performance like that. He said he had a focus group from all swing states and all of it. Let's see how his focus group responded.
Okay, I found this on the web for he said he had a focus group from all swing states and all Leslie had his focus group responded. Check it out.
What is Siri doing? Why is Siri interrupting my show? See, I'm gonna have to disconnect her.
To Joe Biden.
Let's go back a little. Here we go.
All came in undecided, all from swing states. 12 of the 14 swung to Donald Trump, only 1 to Joe Biden.
12 out of 14 swung to Donald Trump except for 1? Whoa. So now let's go ahead and expand that outside of his focus group. That means most likely any rational thinking person that watched that debate last night that was kind of on the bubble or undecided, after seeing that, most likely all said, oh, heck no, man, I can't vote for this dude. I can't vote for this dude. And this guy, you can hear it in his voice. He's feeling it. He's like, man, this is a mess. I can't even spin this. I can't even sound hopeful. This is a nightmare. And I'm like, yeah, don't wake up. Yeah, I want to be their Freddie. I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy. Yeah, I want them all to have a nightmare on Creepy Street.
We've never had that before. We're truly in uncharted territory. And what blew me away the most was that Joe Biden voters in 2020 don't want him on the ticket.
Oh, this guy sounds like Eeyore. Hey, Pooh. This man sounds like he lost his best friend. So we know he ain't trying to spin it for Trump. That man is distraught. And what hurts the most, he's dead serious about his pain. Let's continue. You're telling me Democrats don't want Joe? They don't want creepy? Democrat voters? But who cares what the voters want? Who cares what the voters want? Democrats don't make choices based on what their voters want. No. We want it creepy, so we stuck him in there. You guys shut up.
In 2024.
What the reaction? You had 14
swing voters from these states.
All undecided, all voting Republican and Democrat back and forth over the last 10 years, and boy, did they swing.
And so let's see, you hosted that focus group. Why don't we hear what they had to say?
Yeah, let's hear something.
He does not have the leadership qualities to survive for the next 4 years. I don't even know how he's going to survive the next few months.
Oh, harsh words. So he lacks the leadership qualities for the next 4 years, and he don't know how he's going to survive the next 4 months. And I concur. As I see him walking around, and I'm saying, that dude is what, man, no wonder he's dragging his feet, because he got 1 foot in grave. I won't say it's hard to watch. It is kind of hard to watch at the same time, because I'm going, get here. How do we get here to where folks are now just realizing that this man is in this condition, that Americans purposefully voted for this and has been tolerating this man as a leader of our country for 3 years, 3.5 years. I mean, don't they ever stop to think, well, if he's in this condition right here, who's running the country? You want to talk about subverting democracy? Who's running the freaking country if this man can't even complete sentences?
They need a candidate that could beat Trump.
Well, back then, he was an unknown to me, really, at the time, and I had seen what Trump had done. And now that I've seen him in action or inaction, I just think if the Democrats want to have a chance at putting someone in the White House, they need to put someone else up.
Oh, harsh words. I know right there, these are hard pills to swallow. I'm sure the lady who is listening to this that asked for this, because she wanted to hear it. She wanted to hear it. I know she's going, why you give me this horse pill? You know I don't like swallowing pills this big. I didn't think these people were going to be that candid.
I think in 2020, Biden was a safe option that was relatively non-harmful to replace Trump. And frankly, I didn't think reflected these same cognitive issues that we see tonight on the campaign. Yeah, it was a little dry, but it was definitely not to the same extent, I think.
Yeah, because you probably weren't looking. Yeah, you didn't have your rational glasses on at that point, because I saw them all. So, and yet, the sad to say, he has gotten worse. And he was bad then.
Tonight, I'm not sure how he functions during an 8-hour workday, let alone an 8-hour workday or 8+ hour workday as president of the United States.
That's what I was thinking. If we saw this man take 7 days off to prepare for this and couldn't produce good results for just an hour and a half, how does he make it through an 8-hour day? No wonder he gets all those vacations. How does he sit down and negotiate with Putin? This man laid a full-blown goose egg right there on the stage, and he was debating against Trump. Now, you think he's going to go in and sit across from Xi without notes, respond to Xi's questions and concerns, and you think he's going to get in there and spar with Putin or any leader? Absolutely not. And every world leader saw this debacle last night. I know they're licking their chops. And we're going to close with a little montage that Trump put together on the way out.
So, Frank, you repeatedly heard from people there about the idea of replacing Biden on the ticket. How realistic is that?
It's very difficult because of the Democratic laws, unless Joe Biden comes forward over the next few days and says, I've listened to the American people. I saw their comments. I accept it. And I did what I promised I was going to do. I could write the speech. I did exactly what I promised I was going to do. I was going to bring normalcy back to Washington. I was going to find ways where Republicans and Democrats could work together. And now it's time for somebody else to take the reins. But you'd have to do it very quickly.
Because first of all, if the Democrats, as dirty as they are, if they want him to step down, they will find a way to make that dude step down. I hope, well, no, I ain't going to say I hope that. But I do know this. If Biden puts them in a position to where he's like, no, I assume I won the last one on my own. I could do it all again. If he's that delusional to think that he won the last one on his own, he was that popular, he got the juice, and he's going to do it again. If he thinks he's bigger than the party, don't you know? They'd be like, all right, do we need to go ahead and release those Zelensky tapes or those Ukrainian audio tapes? Do we need to do that? Do we need to go ahead and really show what you've been doing with your finances and stuff? Do we need to do that, Joe? So How about you just come out and concede and give it to somebody else? So we know the Democrats can twist his arm. And so, yeah, when he said, well, it's hard to do because Joe Biden got to step down. Yeah, his pride might tell him, no, I think I could do it. Because you know what my dad used to say, Joey. All of that means nothing when it comes down to threatening these people's power. Now, granted, they don't, I know they probably don't know whether they can still succeed with somebody else, but I think they know that they cannot succeed with Joe. And so they probably is going to go, well, should we go ahead and take a shot with somebody else? Joe, we need you to step down. Not doing it. Okay. We got ways of bending your arm. You're going to do it. And Chameleon, you're going to take a cushion job. Because, see, we can't run you either. So we don't want you out there in the media talking about they overlooked me because I was black and I'm a woman. That's the only reason you're the vice president. It's because you're black and you're a woman. So stop complaining. Just don't think they really believe that stuff. What's wrong with you, Chameleon? All right. So look at the message he got to say to the people. And this is in my title right here. I'm scared, y'all. After watching Joe Biden last night, I'm scared.
He'd have to himself want to step aside, and there's no indication that he wishes to do that. And it was so devastating. Individual after individual said, I don't like Donald Trump, but Joe Biden scares me.
And you should be scared.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look,
Mommy, what is he saying?
If we finally beat Medicare,
why can't this man speak, Mommy? What's wrong with him?
Americans, the impact on.
What are those sounds coming out of his mouth?
Choice, the idea that they're gonna, I've been proposing that everybody, they pay.
Why does he sound like he's whispering?
Pay 1%. So no one after, I've not raised it.
Does he have a porcupine in his throat?
I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. Okay? And then just to get away with, get rid of the ability of Medicare
why does his hands keep rising?
Us to be able to negotiate drug prices with the big pharma companies. What I'm going to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. Billionaires in America. No one was hurt. No one Israeli was accidentally killed, and it just stopped. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do.
Trump, you don't have to say a word. Not one word. He's saying it all right there through all those. He's saying it all. Yeah, I'm scared too. If I'm a Democrat, I'm scared because I'm going, we're going to get blasted. But as a citizen, I'm going, we might get blasted. I'm sitting here looking at this guy going, man, I mean, if I'm the enemy, I'm going, let's blast them. But Democrats don't think like that. They're self-motivated. They're worried about their party being blasted, whereas our whole country is being blasted right now because of this guy. So I get it. I'm going, yeah. I mean, if I'm an enemy looking at this guy talking about, I think that, I'm going, attack.
More border patrol and more asylum.
Look at the dismount. Look at the dismount. The dismount tells it all. Now, y'all, can you see this? Can y'all see this? Please tell me, is this a cheap fake or what? Look at how this man is coming down 1, 2, 3 steps, escorted by Joe's husband, Jill. Look at that. Easy, easy, Tiger. Easy, easy. That was 1 step. 1 step, and he had to turn. He had to hit us with the side saddle. Coming down 1 step. You got the side saddle it. That right there tells it all. You are in bad cognitive and physical condition when you have to completely alter the way you come downstairs to that degree. And here's Jill up here covering for this guy and trotting him out there and got to help this man down 1 step. Turn to the side, Joe. Easy, easy. He's not going to make it. That man is not going to make it. So there you have it, y'all. Wow. I mean, that right there, that summed it all up. That step that he walked down summed it all up right there. I could have skipped the whole debate and saw him come down one step like that, turn completely to the side, holding on to Jill. That man literally looked concerned and nervous about walking down one step. Now imagine if you'd have threw two more in there. What would happen then? 2 or 3 more steps would have done him in. Would have done him in. And yet they're trying to tell us that he was fit, he was sharp. What? He got out there and embarrassed us? So now that's an indictment against us and reveals that we are the fake news, and the Democrats didn't care enough about their voters to go ahead and be honest with them about who they were running. Instead, they lied, covered up for this guy. Now they should all be embarrassed and pay the biggest price at the poll ever. So I hope they continue whining and complaining and panicking. I don't want them to have no sleep at night. No sleep. 2 crooks don't have any sleep at night. I want them stand up, drinking coffee and taking NoDoz, worried about how bad this beating is going to be in November. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. It's been 2 hours and 2 minutes. Hit it right on time, man. About to get out of here. Even with the interruptions and the glitches and all that stuff, we still made it. And y'all have been saying wonderful things. Thank you so much. People say, love you, Kev. Love you. Love you guys too. I'm telling you, I couldn't do it without you. So thanks for hanging in there with me. We got 404 folks. We got 431 likes. That's what I'm talking about. And I want y'all to make sure that you are checking in with the channel. Have your your notification button turned on, because I will be chopping some clips because some good things were said in this video. But I also am going to make a standalone with some of these clips and some commentary that I didn't provide during the live show. And they're going to be, short, 10, 15 minutes. Don't forget, somebody said second channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my Stop and Think About It channel, and text this number, MAGA, to this number, so you can stay in touch just in case I get bounced off of here. Every once in a while, some people send me personal texts and I might catch it and read it, but I got a lot of texts because a lot of folks have text this number. So sometimes they get forced up, and I might don't take it personal if I don't read the text. But I do appreciate sometimes when people do slide in a, hey, Kev, whatever. And I appreciate all the support that you guys give me. Don't forget, check out Kevin's Corner Store. And if you want to give to the channel, you can. There is a Cash App and a PayPal link right below. Now, with that being said, let's get out of here. If I didn't have all black on my shirt here, I would pick up you-know-who, but he would leave. Well, you know what? He gets picked up because that man almost saved my life from my brother that broke into my house. Come here, kids. Come here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Come here. I want to show the people my guard dog. Come here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You're little but mighty. You're little but mighty. You did good, kids. You did good. I judged him. At first, and I have to apologize. Yeah, I thought he was just making noise for nothing. But he did hear something. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Now I can go. Kept him off the shirt. All right. God bless you all on Monday. This is awesome. I know you see the way we tear up the place. Yeah. Take care.